Datana ERP. All right, let's talk about Datana ERP. So, Datana ERP is an enterprise resource planning software that allows businesses to basically do much about their business, right? So, you are as a business, you need to learn much about your business and see how well to grow your business. If that is the case, then Datana ERP is the software for you. All right. So basically, I would what is an ERP? An ERP is an enterprise resource planning software, which means we help you plan all aspects of your business, from your stock to your product to selling, to your employees, to your accounting, to your financial reporting and analytics, balancing books, income statement, everything that you can think of about your business. We help you manage it, and that's the whole point of what an enterprise resource planning software. So quickly, let's log in to see some of the features that we provide for businesses that help businesses. So when you log in, of course, this is our home page. Sorry, our login page. Once you log in, this is where you come to the dashboard, and so you can see your sales summary. You can launch the Datana POS. You can do inventory and tracking here. You can do management here. So quickly, um, the manage organization page is where we start from. So once you have an account, you can put your organizational details here, and this will appear. This information will appear on all formal invoices, right? That being said, we also have what we call the pay types. So if you are a business that is into sales or selling products, retail business, you can put all the mode of payments you receive from your customers over here, and so it will reflect on the POS interface, right? And then we have what we call the taxes. So we can put all the tax handles that the business, the sales that affect your sales. So we have VAT, tourism, COVID, e-levy, all the different kind of taxes that affect your sales. You can also put that there. So I think once you do that, those are the key elements to setting up. And we also have coupons. Coupons are like codes or discount codes that organizations give their customers to boost them more. So if you are working with an influencer as a business, or as a pharmacy, or as a restaurant, or as a business that sells phones or stuff like that, you can give out this code to track the discount and award influencers who you are marketing with if more customers are buying with the code, right? So let's start from the main aspect. We have what we call the stock management. So the stock, as a business, you start from buying stock, right? So we give you all the features that allow you to manage your stock, from the stock management page, where you can add new stock, import stock, edit each of these items. We help you do all of that, right? You can edit each stock item as well, and ensure that the stock item is actually the information is correct, the pricing of each stock is done. um, but again, when you come to stock management, you can add a new stock, you can import. So if you have your stock already as a new business that wants to join Datana, all you need is to download this template. We help you download this template, fill the template with the stock information. So a sample template actually looks like what you're about to see. I think I'm trying to see if I can open up how a sample template looks like. And once the sample template opens up, you can see the stock items, the name of the stock, the quantity, the price of the stock item, and then you can upload it, right? So let's quickly move on. We have also the stock restock level. So for example, you can have what you call the stock level, where we tell you which items are in stock and which items you need to restock on. We keep track of all the items in your stock according to the branches of your business. So you can see this is restock, in stock. It means the business has to restock on this because the levels are actually running very, very low. We also have trash bucket, which means that if an item goes to waste, for example, let's say a phone has defected, a drug has expired, or something like that, or something has gone to waste, you can report that wastage here, and it's actually captured in the system. Now, let's say you have multiple branches of business and you want to transfer a stock item between one branch to another. You can also come here and do that transfer. So you just have all these transfers, and to record it in the system for records, and as well as when you have to transfer, you just come here, select which the date, the store you want to move to, the next target store, and then you move the item. Let's say you have a request, maybe you're a stock manager, so the stock manager can log in and only have access to the stock and product management page. So you can make the request in the system, so you can create new request, and a new request actually comes with an invoice and everything. And once the request is approved, you transfer it, or you purchase it, depending on the method of operation of the organization. So these all features help you manage your stock. Now let's talk about products. What are products? So products are basically elements you form from your stock, right? Think of a restaurant. A stock can be like maybe rice, can be like maybe oil, can be like maybe salt, pepper. These are elements that the raw materials they use to manufacture that fried rice or jollof. So if you are a production or a restaurant business, or a manufacturing business, maybe you make coffee and you sell coffee, your stock is coffee, but your product is coffee latte actually in a cup, right? So again, when you come to the product page, the product is actually linked to your stock. So fried rice like this, if you click on fried rice, you can see that it has stock element, as you can see, that goes into the fried rice. So we track from the level of your raw material. Let's say you are a phone manufacturing company. If this is the phone, you put the selling price of the phone here, and yes, the stock will be just one phone, and then the stock price will appear here, but the selling price of the phone will appear here. And that is how we are able to track your profit and make your cost. So basically, as you can see here, we help you create a whole product bundle. For each product you have, we track also to the level of stock items that go into that particular or individual product. That helps you grow your business. So for if you sell as many products, we track the stock cost and the price that goes into each stock, into each product, and help you with that. So that is the features. And you can also collect the unit of measurement. I can see we measure everything according to the unit of measurement and the quantity of the measurement that goes into the product. So again, that is how so we help you track your stock according to your product. And if you already have a business that has a stock sheet or a stock list, you can quickly import. So once we import your data here and import your products, makes it easy to set you up onto Datana, because then we don't have to wait for too much or too long to ensure that you are actually ready to start. So we've talked about stock, we've talked about products. Let's talk about sales. So now sales is basically where we track your sales. You can have multiple branches of businesses, and as you can see, we track your sales according to the branches. You can view in detail what is happening in each branch, how many orders are coming to each particular branch. You can actually generate reports starting from here, by looking at your sales records over time for a specific branch. So if I want to look at the payment summary for this date, I can see Momo payment, cash payment, credit payments are worth this amount. Also, I can export these sales, and then use it for marketing if I want. I can also look at what we call product category report or product report to see how many products are being sold within this period for this particular branch of my organization, the quantity that has been sold and all of that. I can quickly also look at category reports, right? So category reports are the categories of products and the quantity and the total sold for this particular branch. And I can do this analysis for as many branches as I have. I can also do for this branch and do for this branch just by clicking on this icon over here. All right. And if I have users that I work with, the cashiers that are selling from different branches of my business, I can click on a cashier to see how much each of these cashiers are selling, and I can filter this by date, right? So when it comes to sales, we give you all the features that allows you to track your sales, right? And also invoices are basically the invoices you've sold in the past. So if there is an issue with an invoice you've sold or you've created, or a receipt or a sales you made in the past, you can quickly come here and then search the invoice you are interested in. So maybe the invoice number is 228. I can search 228, and then it will pull out 228. I can go into that invoice. Okay, this is the item the person bought. Maybe the person wants to cancel this particular item or this particular item, or cancel the entire order. I can do that. Maybe the person just wants a receipt of that particular invoice that they bought in the past. You can print it out for them just by connecting your laptop to your printer, right? So again, we help you manage all aspects of your sales. Now let's talk about quotation. Quotations are like pro forma invoice. So you have a company requesting you to bring a formal invoice so that they can do business with you. So you can quickly come here and then basically create a quotation, put the customer name and the details here, and then print that quotation and send it to them, right? And so let's talk about the key sales POS. So the Datana POS basically allows you to sell. So all your products that you have put up for sale appears on your sales POS portal. So you can click on the item that the person is buying. Once you click on the item that the person is buying, okay, you can click on the item, and as many items as the person is buying, you can add that, And then once you add it, you can also increase the quantity. You can put the name of the customer here if you want. So I can put the name of the customer and then maybe a note right here. And once I put the note, I can, if they are applying a discount, I can apply a discount. I can choose whether it is a cash discount, percentage discount, or coupon code. So maybe I'm giving this person a cash discount of 10 cedis, right? Once I submit, it applies, and then I can basically check out, or I can hold this order. And if the person is still in the restaurant or still in the shop, still shopping, I can hold this order. Once they're done, I can complete it, or I can just click on checkout. And once I click on checkout, it basically finishes the order for the person, right? And it takes you to the receipt printing page where you can quickly just click on print to print this invoice that is being generated for the customer. So again, as you can see, the invoice is generated with the order code and everything on it, right? And now, so basically that is it for the POS interface. Very easy to use, and you can have as many branches, and you can have an account for as many salespersons in all your branches. We also do wholesale, so if you have a wholesale pricing, you can come here and sell wholesale, or special sale pricing, you can come here and sell special pay. Or if you want to just create an invoice, or what I was talking about, like an invoice in the system or a pro forma invoice, you can create it here. And if you have a call center where like your organization is big, think of 100 branches of a business, and you have a call center. So the call center people can be given an account, or a call center account, where they can just be picking calls, putting customer details, and putting order in the system. And so, for example, if this order is coming from the call center, yes, my name is this, I want to buy from this, I stay at maybe Labadi or something like that. My address is at maybe New York, whatever the address is, and then this that the item I'm buying. So the call center person will ask, okay, where are you located? I'm located at Atomic Junction. So the person will select the Atomic branch, the call center person will select Atomic branch, and then basically create this invoice, right? So this invoice will be sent to the Atomic branch, and then the business will know that, oh, somebody, an order just came from the call center, and then it's coming from what, the Atomic branch. Okay, an order is coming from the Atomic branch, so you can add as many items, and then basically create invoice, and then once it is processed, you say that, oh, somebody just called from the Atomic branch, and then they post the order, and the order is in the system. So when you go back to the Datana POS interface, once the sales or the order is placed from the sales portal, the next thing is to manage this order, right? So let's go to order management. What is order management? The order toolkit helps you manage your order. So the person in front of the POS machine, basically these orders are placed. As you can see, there was one order we placed, two orders we placed. One was placed in the system by the POS interface, and one was coming from the call center. So if it is coming from the call center, they just have to accept it, right? So now, if let's say this is exclusive for restaurants, okay, not necessarily retail, but for restaurants, we have other features, what we call the kitchen display. Okay, so the kitchen display basically means that if you have a kitchen, the order will be displayed on the kitchen. Let's say that the call center person accepts this order that's coming, the salesperson accepts this order that is coming from the call center. It will also appear in the kitchen display, and as you can see, it's on the kitchen display so that the people can prepare the food or the item. So we manage the order, and then we also help you manage your queue. So these features are only for restaurants. Okay, you can see spending, and if it is ready, it comes to ready, right? So that is the key features we provide. So if this order is complete, you can see that, sorry, if this order is marked as ready, it will move from here. It will not be here anymore, but it will appear here as ready when this page reloads, right? Because we've just made it ready. So you can see it's ready over here. So then the customer goes for the order, and then once the person goes for the order or has completed payment, the salesperson will just complete the order. And when you complete an order, it vanishes from the system, right? Again, when you complete all the order, means the people have come for their order. So again, it vanishes, and there will be no order pending in the system once this page reloads, right? So we help you manage your order and everything. So that is how we help you sell. Once you sell, we help you sell. Once you sell, we also help you manage, or you put sales in the system. We help you manage the order or the sales whilst you are in your shop. Let's talk about people. So people are like your customers, your suppliers, and your stores, right? Again, if you want to do purchases and expenses, you come here and do that. It's very easy. You can create a purchase order. Just click on add new purchase, and then you are able to do that. So a purchase that is approved will look like this, and once you approve or authorize the purchase, it does the accounting, at the back end for you, right? So that is the key thing. User management or people are where the people, so people that you work with, including your customers who buy from you. So we create a contact list for you based on the sales you are making from your POS. So you can see how much each customer is spending on your business. If you want to see the orders that all these customers have, you can click on an individual customer to see how many invoices or how many times they've bought from you. You can even click on individual order to see what and their contacts and whatever they bought from you. So if you are doing like a promo or something like that, you can fetch this data and then use it for that. And then your suppliers are people who supply you products. So in a bigger organization or in a bigger business, you have people you work with, and some of the suppliers you purchase from them on credit. So when you are doing the purchase here, you indicate the stock, because this is for stock purchases or the items you sell. Sometimes you purchase before you sell. So you go to here and then you indicate whether you are paying by cash, Momo, or credit. So when you buy by credit here, again, you can see that you have balances to pay later. So we do the accounting for you at the back end, so you don't have to worry about that. So again, you can see that again, these are all suppliers. These are the people that are pending payment, and you can view the account of each supplier to see. So if there's an account that you have not cleared, you can be able to clear it right from here. So once, for example, you've paid Joseph Ope, um, so right now you're not owing Joseph Ope, so you're not seeing any button to pay Joseph Ope. But if you actually purchase from them, you can pay them here, and if you pay them, the system will be able to what do the accounting and then make sure that your books are balanced. So again, that's how you manage your suppliers. And then if your business is growing and you want to add a new store, maybe a new branch, you can just come here and create a new branch, and then it is active. So it means that somebody can be in that branch and use the system to sell from there for that new branch. Again, like you said, we help you with the accounting, your chart of account, your cash and bank accounts. Um, we help you with your balance sheet. We help you with your income statement. All these are done automatically for you. If you have an accountant also who wants to set up manual accounts and use it to manage other aspects of your business, like your property, your plant equipment, all those things are what doable on Datana. So again, you can see what we call your transactions, your receipt, your payment, your bills. So if you want to do payment, the accountant can come into the system and do that. Receipts, bills, inter-account transfer, it's all possible on Datana. Journal entries, journal ledger, summary report. You can actually look at your account summary. So your account summary is basically where like you look at the summaries of each of the accounts you have in the system. Um, that being said, you can also look at your cash flow statement to know how much, how your cash is moving from your net income, what is your cash flow looks like. So also automatic, and you can you can just click print and print any of these reports for any purposes. You can also look at your income statement. So your income statement basically is your profit and your revenues and expenses. It does that for you automatically, so you don't have to worry your head over most of this stuff. So again, under report and summary, we also give you your balance sheet, right? Your balance sheet basically of your equity and your assets and your liability, right? And then finally, same under accounting, we also give you your trial balance, which is the balances on each account, right? And the total balance and everything. So again, we provide you with all these resources, right? Now let's talk about reporting. So reporting, we have different types of reports we help you generate. We help you generate revenue report, tax summary. So if you want to know how much tax summary you have to pay or taxes you have to pay, maybe from April, let's say April 1st to April 18, you can just generate this report quickly. So you can see this report, tax summary report, and then you generate this report, right? Again, that being said, for as many branches, if you want to look at how your salesperson are selling in each branch, you can generate that report here. Your cost of sales, if you want to know your profit and your loss and all of those sales and profit summary, you can actually generate this for all the branches, depending on how you want it, whether you want it detailed, aggregated, we help you with that. And so still under reporting, we have what you call purchase reporting, where we track your purchases, and then inventory reporting, where we help you track your physical stock, your stock transfers between branches. If you're a manufacturing company, how much you've manufactured so far, and then the purchases you've made as well, and the wastages if there are any. So we help you track all these reports. So these are basically audit reports for you to stay afloat with your business. And then we have what we call the advanced report or the general report. So if you come to the dashboard, we have the visuals. So the visuals are like basically seeing your cost and revenue over time. You can select the branch you are interested in. You can also see products that are performing. So this is telling you that we need to sell more of these products to hit the target of the quantity we sold last month. So if it is green, then it means that we need to keep selling more. For example, it means that we've sold more last month, this month than last month, right? So it's good. But these ones we need to catch up compared to last month, right? So again, you can see you can narrow down on each individual product to see how it is doing over the years. So if I want to know how much this product is doing over the year for all the outlets, I can select that, and then you can see I can see how it is doing over the years in terms of the sales analysis, right? I can also select maybe one branch of the organization to narrow down on this particular branch to see how much this product is doing for that particular branch. As you can see, the branch is here, atomic branch, and then the product name is here, and the time period I'm looking at is 2025. You can change the year, and do detailed analysis for each product, right? I mean, it does not end there. You can also come under here and see your expenditure, your inventory analysis, your sales analysis, and all of that. You can also go under sale and adjust your stock or your inventory, and you view detail. You see how your inventory is comparing month on month. Okay, the items in your stock, how they are comparing month on month. These are like raw material if you are a production or manufacturing company, right? To see how each and every one of these is performing month on month, and then you can see the performance, and you can also look at it on different branch level, as well as also on the period and the time you are interested in, right? So it helps you track everything in that particular order. Now, that being said, quickly, we have what we call the human resource. So the human resource management is where you actually manage your employees. So it's a separate dashboard that allows you to do payroll, manage anything with regard to salary payment, taxing, creating payroll, making deduction, earning, adding tax rule, and then all of anything related to your employees in the organization. So this is where the HR will mostly be working and doing most of their stuff. Um, finally, we are getting towards the end of the presentation. We have what we call the Naki AI. So this is where we use AI to give you insights and details about your business and what you are selling. So the AI portal basically is a portal that allows you to get deeper insight about your business, right? So for example, you can ask a question about your sales revenue, and then the AI can respond to that, make it easier for you. For example, let me say I want to talk about maybe for example, I want to talk about something related to cash and finance, right? So maybe that's my ledger. So my journal entries basically is your ledger. So I can quickly ask the AI to uh, do some analysis for me, right? So based on this journal, I can ask the AI generate my balance sheet for me, generate my balance sheet ending today, right? So that's the prompt I've given the AI, right? So the AI is quickly going to um, run. As you can see, it is running. It is going to go through this data that I've given it from my source, and it's going to try to generate my balance sheet for me. As you can see, it's already started to generate the balance sheet beautifully. So imagine you have this power as a business. You can be able to know anything concerning your business. All you have to do, come to the AI portal and ask, because, well, why not? We need to know more about the business to ensure that we are able to make decisions even concerning finances, right? So again, as you can see, it is doing the competition, it's doing the computations from the data you have given it, right? And it's looking at all the accounts, and then it's looking at the accounts payable, all the accounts, and it's doing the summary. So it tells you your cash, how much is remaining in your bank, how much is remaining your accounts receivable, your inventory, your investments, and then it's looking at your total accounts payable, your tax payable, your total liabilities, your equity calculations, and then it's, as you can see, it's designing the balance sheet. You can tell it to do it in Ghana cedis, and it will do change the sign to Ghana cedis for you. And you can see this is basically building your balance sheet for you, right? And this is important. You can ask it literally anything. If I want to ask it about my suppliers or which suppliers are the most efficient suppliers, all I have to do is to go to my inventory related uh, data, and then I can ask it to tell me about my suppliers. Okay, who is the supplier that I bought, that I that we spend we bought that we bought much from, bought the most from. We want to know about the supplier that we bought the most from, or we want to know about the supplier that we frequently buy from, right? So it's inventory related. So again, it's going to go through the data, and like I mean, literally, you can ask it anything about your business. So far as you give it the right data, it's going to give you that, right? So again, you can see it is basically going through your supply list, and then it's giving you all the suppliers and what they've provided for you, and you can use this data for your next decision making, right? Okay, so these are all your suppliers, and it is giving you the purchases you've made from each of these suppliers, right? This is the power of Datana, and we are basically helping you to paint a better picture of your business by giving you the tools you need, right? um Now, apart from just this is all activities you do directly with the AI from the dashboard. But apart from that, you can also look at your sales analytics, right? So sales analysis basically um, it's a portal where we help you analyze your sales, so you can do much more about your sales overview. You can select this according to branches or according to the date you are interested in, so you can see your product performance to see which top performing product will give you all of that. If you don't want to interact with the AI, you can come here and interact with the analytics directly. Your profitability, how much profit you are making per product, your advanced insights, payment methods, sales types, category analysis, discount analysis. That is, if you were giving out discount to most businesses, the type of discounts we are giving, and then the sales type that were available. So we anything concerning your sales, we give you that data. If you want to learn more about go more, you can also look at your customer analytics. So you want to know more about your customers, right? Again, we help you generate a lot of that, so you can learn more about your customers, so you can see the distribution of your customers, the average spending of your customers, the channel, their growth rate. You can do a lot of stuff about segmentation. So we group your segments into customers into platinum, gold, silver, and bronze, and we categorize them based on how much they are spending, right? So for example, if you look at this advanced analysis, you're able to see how each customer is segmented, how many of your customers are like bronze or are like gold, um, how long it has been since they have been spending from you, and you can see the distribution of your customers in this graph over here, right? And you can also go down here to see more about your customers. So we can do several analysis. What this is called recency frequency monitoring. So how recent do they buy from you? How frequently do they buy from you? How much do they spend from you when they buy from you? And you can also look at other customer insights. So you can look at the different insights that are available, right? You can look at your channel insights, status insight of each customer, um, top customers, and all of that. You can look at all of them and how they are behaving, right? Or you can also do several other analysis. You can study the behavior of your customers. So you can do behavioral analysis. How often did they purchase? How long has it been since they purchased from you? That's their behavior, right? So we also purchase behavior. And the channel analysis, which channels do customers prefer to use, whether they come to the shop or they use the invoice or they use the call center the most. We do all this analysis for you, right? And then you can also look at your customer journey. How many days has it been since they bought from you, and all of that. And the behavioral clustering is basically where we cluster the customers and group them into behaviors, right, based on their purchasing behavior, right? Cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3, right? Different clusters. So you can see here most of the customers are in cluster 3. What is cluster 3? Cluster 3 is basically customers cluster 0, cluster 3. So these are customers who spend like maybe $14, around $14 for your business, right? So again, you see how we segment your customer for you. That is how the behavior of the customers are. So all these features are telling you the behavior of your customers. And then we can do what we call predictive analysis. Predictive analysis is to predict whether the customer will come and buy again or not. And you can see that your predictive score here means that there's very high possibility that we can keep our customers. And then we can also look at top predicted customers by different channels. So you can see here we can look at the customers and say, okay, which customers would are very risky customers. There are customers that are very risky because they spend high, so we have to keep them and give them good customer service. So you can see the very high risk customers. So we don't joke with these customers. We treat them very nice to keep them more. The system is giving you all this information and then telling you, will the customer come and buy again, Okay, so that's the purchase propensity, right? So again, we brought all of this for you. Customers that are very high, um, likely to come and buy again are those ones in the greens, and so these ones are not very likely to come and buy again. So we spend so much marketing campaign on these customers to keep them so that they'll come and buy again. That is how we help you drill down your customers when it comes to predictive analytics, right? And then we have what we call customers custom segmentation. So you now can, as a business owner, can say that okay, if a person buys above 398 cedis, then it's a high spender. If the person buys around 50 cedis, then it's a medium spender, right? So again, you can group them and say okay, if the person buys maybe more than two times, then it's a three times a high frequency spender. If the person buys maybe around one times, it's a medium frequency spender. And maybe if the person buys 30 days, just the last 30 days is a recent or active customer, and if 90 days they've not bought from you, that person is an inactive customer. And see the magic, the system automatically group your customers for you and give you the frequency, recency, and then the table. So you can see that okay, this customer here is a high value customer, high frequency and active. This person here is recent customer, low frequency, low value customer. So again, we give you all this so that when you are doing your marketing, you know the people to market more to, so that you save money on marketing and your campaign. Again, you can look at multi-dimensional analysis, looking at the total they've spent on your organization, okay, and we give you all of that. So these are all advanced segmentations, comparisons that we all give you to ensure that you get the most just out of your what, your customers. Now, from customers, it does not end there. You can also do analysis on your inventory, right? So your inventory analytics is basically where we run a lot of analytics on your inventory. We tell you for each branch, you can do this for across each branch. You can look at your inventory turnover ratio. You can also look at your uh, uh, inventory activities, those that you restock, purchases, and your inventory trends. Okay, you can also look at low stock alerts. So if an item is below the low stock alerts, it will tell you that this item is below, and then you should what, buy this item in stock. Fast and slow movers is telling you which items are moving very fast, which items are moving very slow, so that you understand that stock out events, dead stock analysis, wastage analysis tells you which items are being reported as wasted, so that you know how to preserve those items properly and save cost. Transfer between branches, we give you all of that, right? And you can do this analysis according to each how many branches you have or what date you are interested in. That's what we provide for you when it comes to your inventory analysis, right? Your stock analysis. Then you have your human resource analysis. So you are managing your employees. So if you select a date that is favorable, um, you can look at this analysis. You can look at your employee turnover ratio. You can look at, sorry, your employee distribution, the gender, the proportion of men and women, how long you've kept them, for your department analysis. If you have different departments, how many people are in each department. You can look at, for the cleaning department, these are the people we have and the average salary and the average age and all of that. Payroll analysis, also basically your total cost, your average cost, your total deductions. We plot that for you, how much tax you pay for SNIT, SNIT 2, pension 3, and other taxes, right? So you are able to mark that. You're also able to track your leave and attendance, and also you are able to track also performance activities like transfers, overtime, and all of that. We provide you that. So that is to track your human resources, and we also do a lot of sales forecasting. So forecasting is basically us trying to forecast your sale based on your historical sales, right? So this is what you've been selling, okay? These are your history. This is your sales history, but we try to help you forecast so that you know how to make good decisions. So again, you can see historical trends here. How much you've seen, and we are helping you do your advanced forecasting, your growth rates and everything. We help you forecast it for 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, right? So that you understand how your business will look like in the 7 days, 90 days, or 30 days. And we also help you forecast your products and advanced sale forecasting. Okay, we help you do all of this to ensure that you are up on top of your business, right? And you can do this forecasting for all the branches, and it's possible, right? So right after sales forecasting, we also have what we call the financial analytics. So we help you analyze your finance. Um, we help you analyze your finance. So financial analytics is where we help you analyze your finance by distribution, your assets, your expense, your income account, your stock analysis, your account analysis, sorry. And then we help you track all your account balance, your cash flow analysis, your transaction analysis. Your cash flow analysis actually basically help you track your cash flow, your transaction analysis, where most of your transactions are going, your income statement, your balance sheet, your trial balance. I think we talked about this already, and your financial ratios, right? We give you all of that when it comes to your financial analytics. And we have what we call financial forecasting. So financial forecasting means that we are going to look into the future and tell you how your business is going to do, your historical income, expense, and net income. Okay, and then we are going to look at a forecast for 30 days. So this is basically us trying to give you a forecast for the next 30 days. For the next 90 days, we can also generate also a forecast for you. As you can see, this is the forecast. The dotted line is the forecast. So it's a forecast basically for the next 90 days, and this is a forecast of your finances for the next 120 days, right? And we give you all this table forecast, and then make sure that you are on top of your finances, okay, when it comes to any aspect of your business. That's how we help you, and you can do this for individual branches on the entire organization, right? So this is how we help you forecast your finances, okay. um and then the final thing is the second to last, your supply chain. So your supply chain are basically your suppliers, right? So your supply chain is basically, we tell you the items and the suppliers, their delivery rate, the top suppliers, the ones that are good, time between consecutive supply, and we also do lead time analysis, procurement cost trends, and everything. So Datana is power packed, especially when it comes to analyzing your data for you. That's why we help you paint the true picture. Then finally, your demand forecasting. Demand forecasting basically has to do with items that are in demand, stock products or products that are in demand. So we forecast. So if, for example, you have five-star energy drink that you are selling, this is how it will be in demand based on what has been sold so far. So you can already make plans to stock, and you can look at this on each product level, individual product level, right? So that's how we help you forecast your demand for any of the branches that you want to do the forecasting for. Um, so yeah, so that is Datana, and I think at this point that this brings us to the end of our presentation. So we take you through a journey. We take you through from all the way from setting up your organization structure, from going to the market to buy from your suppliers, from taking that suppliers and turning them into product, selling that product on the POS interface, and then we provide you with all these analytics that helps you see the true picture of your business. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope that you help us to ensure that we set up for you so you can start enjoying the power of Datana ERP. You can visit www.datanaerp.com to learn more about our software, and this is it, as you can see, www.datanaerp.com. Or you can recommend this software to a business, a friend that runs a business. Why not? Because we are aimed to help you know the true picture of your business and to take your business to the next level. Bye bye.